Okay, so you saw this, maybe you saw it, being harvested. Some of you may have seen it on the actual tree. It wasn't a dead tree, it was a living tree. And this is an oyster mushroom. They vary enormously, as one would expect. There's lots of characteristics which I've checked. I've just been on YouTube for the past hour just looking at what can possibly be something that we need to look out for, and that one, there's only one, is called angel wings, and it's very different to this one. So what I've done, I've looked in all my books, and this particular oyster mushroom is Pleurotus Ostreatus, and here we can see that they're quite brown on top, whereas this one is kind of like more grey than brown, but they grow in shelves like this one here, and the gill's white and the decurrent, and they have a little bit of a stipe. They smell pleasantly sweet, and so that's one of the books. And then we've got this oyster mushroom here again, which tends to be a bit browner than this one, but they all differ from age. And the oyster mushroom, very common but highly variable oyster mushroom, that is widely cultivated for human consumption, shell-shaped and usually depressed towards the stipe, often irregular, undulating with a smooth silky surface, highly variable in colour from beige to deep blue-grey, gills decurrent, crowded white or cream, with a pale lavender spore. Now I haven't checked the spore, I don't think it's necessary. Rudimentary and occasionally absent is the stipe. Now the angel wings don't have a stipe. These have a stipe. This bit here, the stalk. So at least we've got some stipe there. Sometimes they get a little bit woolly, a little bit hairy towards the base of the stipe, and their caps are off centre, and so you can see, well, it's not like in the centre here. You see, they're off centre, and the whole thing comes out of that. And so that one and that one. Then we have this one here, which is depicted in this book as being pretty dark. A much sought after edible mushroom that is now grown commercially in several countries, commonly found particularly in parks. The fruit bodies form large tight clusters on dead and living deciduous trees, especially poplar and beech. There is a common blue-grey variety, gills decurrent, broad, crowded, white, or a little bit yellowish, spore print, pale lilac, edibility good. Similar species is similar but thinner, with a paler off-white cap. The angel wings is this one here, and they're very funnel-like. There is no stipe, and quite a lot of difference. Let's just see what this. I've got the butter on the olive oil all ready to go. So the angel wings, which is, it has been known to cause deaths. There was a report in Japan where some people died, but in the whole of America there's no deaths in relation to this mushroom. And this is the thing, you see, some things kill people, but others not, like peanuts will kill people. Angel wings is found only in northern areas on decaying coniferous wood. Okay, so it's a coniferous, decaying, dead coniferous wood. Coniferous. I found this on, I don't know what tree it was actually, but it's probably a poplar. It was a living tree, it was all healthy. And we're in the central and not in the northern, so there's two things there. Often on partially buried mossy branches, no, it wasn't found there, where it forms dense clusters. In Britain, it is confined to Scotland. Okay, so on that alone, I'm good to go eating this mushroom. It's fan-shaped or tongue-shaped with an incurved margin which becomes lobed with age. Pure white, dry, smooth, but with a hairy base. Gills decurrent, narrow, crowded, white, turning cream. So all that's the same, and the hairy base is the same. Stem very reduced. Flesh thin white with an unpleasant fungal smell. Okay, so we're good to go on this one, ladies and gentlemen, because this one's very pleasant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these up. Oh, tough. That's a little bit tough, that was. Yeah, quite tough to get through. Yeah. Oh, we don't want that one. We don't want you there, do we, mate? Where have you come from? I didn't see you before. Anyway, better put you out the window. Because I've already had enough protein. Go on, get off. Get off. Get off before you do end up in the pot. And this one, dude, come on, get off my food. Get off my food, dude. Right, out the window. Okay, so now we've got a, oh, there's another one, they're everywhere, they're all crawling out, bloody hell. But this is the thing, you know. So they're pretty robust, and yeah, I mean, I've seen one video where they're pulling them apart and they're really kind of tough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one down. Yeah, tough, 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 baby. I mean, I don't know what you're going to be like. On all white inside, so that's a beautiful sign. Absent of most of the bugs, going to put this in the pan on the heat. Right, put the knife back, and so oh, look at that, beautiful. I've got olive oil and butter, so we're getting some nice yellowings going on already. Gonna put the books back. Let that cover them now. Oh right, forgot to show you this one. This here is very, very similar to what I've got. Now mine look more like this because they're young. When they get older, they look like this one. They're pretty well, you know, similar sort of colour, greyish on top, and they're supposed to taste pretty good. And so that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. What have we got in here? We've got some like gritty stuff in the bottom. I don't know what all that's about. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change, I'm going to transfer pan, because, I'll show you in a minute, I'm just going to put these in here. Though they're already going a bit brown, mostly cooked already. That, what's all that about? I don't know what they're about. I think I'll just swirl that just briefly. Put that back there. Bit of oil. Get them back in there. Bit more butter. They're cooking kind of rapido. Woo! Look how brown they're going already, guys and girls. See that? Going brown, pretty well straight away. So whilst those are cooking, I gathered up some varying leaves. Because I'm going to change things around in here, because some of you may remember I had this fan type bracken there. I didn't like that. I had one there and then I had one here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm waiting for other leaves to dry out, and the other leaves are these red ones, which are sycamore. So I've got the sycamore. Then I've got, I think it's Norwegian maple. So Norwegian maple, sycamore, and a variety of oak. And over here, we can see that they're really looking very nice, and the contrast is beautiful because the pastel shade behind is all going on. And so I'm going to finish that off in a few days when these leaves have been fully dried. Right, I mean, I'm expecting these to be a little bit tough and chewy, which is cool because it's not always so great when a mushroom's slimy. And yeah. So, of course, I do my homework with this stuff, people. I check all my books and I watch videos, and the paramount issue is there anything that looks pretty similar that is going to do me in? And by the time I've become quite confident that there isn't, but what I will tell you, there always, people, there always is a little bit of an element there of doubt. Oh, these mushrooms going to make me really cook. Oh, they're going to kill me. Because this is the programming that we've had. And so why I do this, one of the reasons, is to override the egoic fear thing. Because the egoic fear thing will have you eating out of the hands of our masters, Tesco, Aldi, Sainsbury's, or whatever the equivalent is in America. They'll have us doing that all day long. And I've got a friend of mine that won't eat nothing unless it's got a Tesco fucking label on it. Can you imagine? And so I don't want to be bound by that. I want to retain my own deciphering brilliant brain to be able to watch videos, read books and make my own discernment. It's very important that I make my own discernment and I have my own governance, and I'm not going to allow fear to govern my life. Now, they're smelling beautiful. There's a little bit of browning going on, and they're firm, and the olive oil and the butter, I'll show you those now. They look very delicious. Okay, so they're about ready to go, so I'm going to get a plate out. We check, we double check, we triple check. And then when people speak about lookalikes and poisonous ones, well, you look at the attributes of the edibles compared against the attributes of the non-edible. And then you ask yourself, do these mushrooms have those attributes? Sometimes they will share a couple or three of the attributes, but then they wouldn't have like maybe 7 attributes. And so lots of mushrooms and fungi share attributes, you know, but did I find them in the northern hemisphere? No. Did they have a stipe? No. Are they pure white? No. Are they thin and not very robust? No. You know, I could go on and on about 10 things, and so in the end I go, oh, pretty cool. I'm going to be eating these, and so let's pop these on the plate. See what they taste like. Now these, like it says in the book, are a very common edible, and they are cultivated by fungi producing compounds. Well, they're not slimy. They taste very much like a bolete, like a cept bolete, because they're a firm mushroom. Then they don't go all soggy and watery. They will have a nice browning on the outside of them, and they have retained their integrity. Crispy and succulent and sweet on the interior. Yeah, I can very easily see why they are a cultivated mushroom. They're actually quite gorgeous. Don't really taste mushroomy. Slightly sweet, slightly burnt butter, slightly olive oily. Very textured. Good. And so, for those of you that like foraging and you're a little bit brave, then look out for these. Do your own research, and when you're entirely satisfied that you have got the right thing, then cook them up and enjoy. Another thing that it says about those angel wings is that they stink. These were very pleasant odour, aroma. So, it's just nice to build up a repertoire of wild foods that we've learnt about, we've foraged, we've prepared, cooked and consumed. And so in the fridge I have several big jars like this of rosehip juice. I think I'm going to keep them for the springtime because I'm not really a juice drinking person during the winter. But with, say like in a jar this big, like that, maybe 1 or 2 maximum heaped tablespoons of brown sugar with a squeezed lemon in, or some ginger, boil them up with ginger, then you've got yourself a kick-ass fruit juice. And by the time you've sliced a couple of pieces of lemon and bunged some clunk in, whoo, you've got a really nice refreshing drink in the springtime. So they're ready to go. I've still got my buckthorn sloes. I've got blackberries and apple. I have cherry plums, and so I defrost a bag or a jar of those from time to time, and I'll leave them with custard. And so throughout the whole winter time, then I'll get through those. And so yeah, really cool. All right, guys and dudes, have a good one.